let's have a conversation, right? Um, the world is a beautiful place because we are always evolving, and power is always being transferred, right? Sometimes some people fighting for their rights, right, and gaining their rights, um, in turn, take rights away from other people, and that's the complexities of the universe. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we can never all be equal. So you just get your share of power, and then somebody else loses it, right? And they fight for it, and then you lose yours, right? I was watching a video of Caitlyn Jenner. I guess there was a trans woman in Wyoming, and she wanted to live in a sorority, but the women were arguing. The women who were naturally born women were arguing that this trans woman was born a male, right? Um, and so they didn't want her to live with them. So Caitlyn was on Fox News, and Caitlyn said the guy is a sexual deviant. The guy is a male. That's why I'm saying the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because that was Caitlyn's energy. You know how they have all these words that they strategically use to label people? It's funny because Caitlyn is a trans woman that's calling a trans woman a male and a sexual deviant and a pervert. Isn't that transphobic? Uh, but that made me think about something though, right? So while I watched it, I was like, hold on, the woke world, is it possible that the woke world is really a world where men have transformed into women to take more rights away from women, and women are just too dumb to see it? That's a question, something to ponder on. See, what I realized, right, when I go further, men, we have a dominating gene, right? Men have always been conquering. Men have always taken land. Men have always taken space. Men have always taken identity. Men have taken cultures and recreated cultures. Men have essentially, if you look at what white people did, white people essentially created new humans out of black people. Because before they came, black people wasn't looking at themselves as a color. They was looking at themselves as whatever tribe they belonged to. You know what I'm saying? They came and changed how black people perceive themselves and said, you are now a color, and that's your identity. And they reformed and reshaped humans. Essentially, that's what men do. So if somebody who was born a male has that gene and they become a woman, right? They transition as a woman, they still going to have that dominating gene inside of them because they were biologically born a male. So they have all the male DNA. So a trans woman, a male that becomes a woman, is more likely to want to conquer and have more rights than a natural woman. And as the world evolves, trans women are gonna want more, and at at whose expense? Because trans women, they wanna, a lot of them want to be with men, so men are not going to be their enemy. They're gonna be in competition with women, biological women. I mean, um, so I'm not taking a stance on anything. Um, it's sad that we always have to say we are not against any of this, or we're not anti, because I'm not, but it's part of my human experience watching all of this unfold. So I believe that I should be able to speak on it and share my opinions and give my analysis. Um, and so there we go. The question remains, is the woke world, this new world that we live in, where you have to watch everything you say, you have to watch how you breathe, because you don't know who you're offending when your breath hits onto their um, um, soft, sensitive skin, right? So everybody needs to be protected. In this woke world, who does it really benefit? You know, if men have become trans women and are taking rights and now want to live with women, now want to use women's bathroom and possibly pull out their Johnson and piss in women toilets. But what do women say? Oh, you men are homophobic. Trans women, come on now, come on along. All right. Go along, go along, go along, go along. And then they're gonna say, yeah, lady, let me tell you, there's not enough space for me and you. Yeah, you're a biological woman. You were in direct competition with me. So you got to go. Because we want the same things. I want to know y'all's thoughts, man. Holla, I'm out.